The most intelligent zodiac signs. Hidden genius. Some people don't need to prove how smart they are. They don't always speak the loudest, show off their knowledge, or make sure everyone knows what they're capable of. Their intelligence works quietly. It shows up in the way they observe, connect patterns, solve problems, read people, or understand things before anyone explains them. Hidden genius is not always about grades, titles, or being the obvious expert in the room. Sometimes it's the person who watches everything and surprises everyone when they finally reveal what they've been thinking. Today, we're ranking the most intelligent zodiac signs when it comes to hidden genius. For this ranking, check your Mercury sign and rising sign. Mercury shows how your mind works, how you process information, and how you communicate ideas. Your rising sign shows how others perceive you, which matters because hidden intelligence is often something people don't notice right away. Starting at number 7, Cancer. Cancer's quiet brilliance comes from emotional intelligence, memory, and instinct. This is not always the type of intelligence that looks loud or academic, but it can be incredibly sharp. Cancer notices emotional patterns before other people do. They remember what someone said months ago, how their energy changed, and what made them react a certain way. Their mind stores emotional details like evidence. What makes Cancer intelligent in a hidden way is their ability to understand people from the inside out. They may not always explain their logic immediately, but they often sense when something is off. They can read the mood of a room, predict someone's reaction, or understand what a person needs without being told directly. Cancer may hide their intelligence behind softness, humor, care, or silence. People may underestimate them because they seem emotional, but that emotion is often connected to deep perception. Cancer ranks 7th because their gift is quiet, intuitive, and emotionally accurate. They may not always show what they know, but they are usually paying attention to far more than people realize. At number 6, Taurus. Taurus has a quiet kind of intelligence that comes from patience, practicality, and long-term understanding. Taurus may not always be the fastest person to speak or react, but that does not mean they are slow. Their mind works carefully. They observe, test, remember, and build conclusions over time. Taurus intelligence is often grounded in real life, not just theory. A Taurus may quietly understand how things work because they have watched them long enough. They know what is reliable, what is risky, what is worth investing in, and what will fall apart later. Their brilliance often shows up in decision-making. They may not need to explain every step, but somehow they choose the option that lasts. People sometimes underestimate Taurus because they can seem calm, simple, or stubborn. But underneath that steady surface is a mind that values proof, consistency, and results. Taurus does not always chase attention for being smart. They prefer to be right quietly. Taurus ranks 6th because their gift is practical, patient, and deeply rooted in common sense. They may not impress you with speed, but they often impress you with accuracy. At number 5, Capricorn. Capricorn's intelligence is strategic. This is the sign that may not reveal everything they are thinking because they are always considering the long game. Capricorn understands timing, structure, consequences, and discipline. They know that not every idea needs to be spoken immediately, and not every move needs to be announced. A Capricorn may sit quietly in a room while everyone else talks, but they are usually analyzing the power dynamics, the risks, and the smartest path forward. Their intelligence often shows up through planning. They can see what needs to be done, what can go wrong, and what steps will lead to success over time. What makes Capricorn's brilliance easy to miss is their restraint. They may not show excitement. They may not brag about their ideas. They may simply execute. Then later, people realize Capricorn was 10 steps ahead the whole time. This sign often understands systems better than people expect. Careers, money, responsibility, reputation, and long-term growth. Capricorn ranks 5th because their intelligence is quiet, disciplined, and highly strategic. They may not always look flashy, but they know how to turn thought into results. At number 4, Pisces. Pisces has a rare kind of intelligence that is difficult to explain because it does not always follow a straight line. Their mind is imaginative, symbolic, emotional, and deeply intuitive. Pisces may understand things through feeling, dreams, art, energy, or subtle details that other people ignore. They often connect ideas in ways that seem random at first, but later make perfect sense. A Pisces may not always explain how they know something. They just know. They may notice the sadness behind someone's joke, the tension behind a smile, or the meaning behind a song, dream, or conversation. They can sense the emotional truth behind a situation, understand hidden motives, or create something that captures feelings people could not put into words. People may underestimate Pisces because they can seem dreamy, distracted, or too sensitive. But that sensitivity is often the doorway to their brilliance. They absorb things deeply. They notice what is unspoken. They can turn pain, beauty, confusion, and emotion into insight. Pisces ranks fourth because their gift is creative, spiritual, and emotionally profound. They may not always think like everyone else, and that is exactly what makes their intelligence so rare. At number 3, Virgo. Virgo's quiet brilliance comes from analysis, precision, and the ability to notice what everyone else misses. Virgo may not always try to dominate a conversation, but their mind is constantly sorting details, finding flaws, improving systems, and connecting small pieces of information. They often see the mistake before it becomes a problem. A Virgo may quietly understand why something is not working before anyone else can name it. They notice patterns in behavior, work, health, communication, and daily routines. Their intelligence is practical, but also deeply analytical. They can take something messy and break it down into steps, fixes, and solutions. What makes Virgo's gift easy to overlook is that they often make it look normal. They may say, "I just noticed," or "it was obvious," when it was not obvious to anyone else. Virgo can downplay their own intelligence because their standards are so high. They may think they are simply being useful, when in reality they are solving problems other people did not even see. Virgo ranks third because their intelligence is sharp, observant, and highly detailed. They may not always demand credit, but they are often the reason things actually work. At number 2, Aquarius. Aquarius is one of the clearest examples of quiet genius because their mind often operates outside the usual rules. They may think differently, question everything, and notice future possibilities before other people are ready to understand them. Aquarius intelligence is original, detached, and often ahead of its time. An Aquarius may seem quiet, unusual, or hard to read, but inside, their mind is constantly connecting ideas. They can understand technology, society, human behavior, systems, trends, and abstract concepts in a way that feels almost futuristic. They are not always interested in thinking the way everyone else thinks. In fact, their brilliance often begins where conventional thinking ends. What makes Aquarius's mind misunderstood is that people may not understand it immediately. Their ideas can seem strange at first. Their emotional distance can make them seem uninterested. Their silence can make people assume they are disconnected. But often, Aquarius is observing from a higher angle, seeing patterns others are too close to notice. Aquarius ranks second because their intelligence is visionary. They may not always explain themselves in the moment, but later people realize they saw the future before everyone else did. And at number 1, Gemini. Gemini takes the top spot because their brilliance is fast, flexible, and incredibly adaptive. People often notice Gemini's humor, curiosity, or talkative side first, but underneath that is a mind that is constantly collecting information, making connections, and shifting perspectives. Gemini can learn quickly because they are mentally open to everything. A Gemini may surprise people with how much they know about completely different topics. They can go from one subject to another, connect unrelated ideas, and understand both sides of an argument almost instantly. Their intelligence is not always hidden because they are silent. Sometimes it is hidden because people mistake their playfulness for lack of depth. What makes Gemini so intelligent is mental agility. They can adjust to new information, read the conversation, ask the right question, and explain complex ideas in a simple way. They may act casual, but their mind is always moving. Even when they seem distracted, they are often absorbing more than anyone realizes. Gemini ranks number 1 because this kind of intelligence is not only about deep thinking. It is also about speed, curiosity, language, adaptability, and the ability to see connections that others miss. They can make intelligence look effortless because they turn learning, speaking, observing, and adapting into second nature. Gemini may look light on the surface, but their mind is rarely still. So those are the most intelligent zodiac signs when it comes to hidden genius. But remember, astrology shows patterns, not permanent labels. Intelligence does not look the same in every person. Some people are emotionally intelligent, some are strategic, some are creative, some are practical, and some are mentally quick. A sign being on this list simply means that its intelligence may not always be obvious at first, but when it shows up, it can surprise everyone. Comment your Mercury sign and rising sign below and tell me if you agree with this ranking. Did your sign make the list, or did someone instantly come to mind? Like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more zodiac rankings.